Well, it's important that we acknowledge various troubling passages in the Old Testament. We need to recognize that many of these texts do make us uncomfortable in our these things don't resonate with our own modern ears, which I should say have been shaped by the biblical faith. They've been shaped by those scriptures. And so we need to also consider that as well. But we shouldn't simply dismiss those things as though, oh, that's not really a big deal. No, I think we all really ought to wrestle with, what are these harsh texts actually saying? What conclusions should we draw about the character of God, about the nature of human sinfulness? And sometimes it's very easy for us in our day to downplay human wickedness. And perhaps part of the issue is that we have kind of softened our understanding of God, that we have taken God to be a nice God, rather than a God who is angry at human sin, who takes sin and those who use other people very seriously. And when you look at what's going on, for example, in the Old Testament, what you end up doing is you see a God who is bringing judgment, say, upon the Canaanites, who are engaged in incest, bestiality, ritual prostitution, infant sacrifice, acts that would be considered criminal in any civilized society. So it's not as though these are just really nice, people who'd be, just minding their own business and would make nice neighbors. No, you don't want to get your daughter near those folks. You want to keep a very safe distance. And theirs was a very pernicious influence. And so God's clamping down on this, saying, I don't want you to be influenced by them at all. Drive them out of the land. That is something to be taken very seriously, because God knew the sorts of dangers that there were for Israel compromising its own integrity, its own mission in the world by succumbing to that influence. It was bad enough as it was, but there were enough safeguards to keep Israel sufficiently on track so that we could make sense of the coming of Jesus the Messiah.